All right. Well, welcome. So with restorative yoga, remember it's all about just finding your breath and staying connected to that breath. So when we stay in poses for longer periods of time, it can get kind of challenging. So show yourself some grace. If you do need to come out, it's okay. If you find yourself kind of getting the wiggles, work through it, get yourself the wiggles, and then see if you can just surrender back in. If anything gets too intense, sometimes it can be okay for the first several breaths, even 5 or 6 breaths, but you're kind of like, woof, I need to get out of this. Focus on drawing in those bigger, deeper breaths and really focus on the exhales. So I've got the Bolster. I've got 2 blocks. If you don't have those, pillows of any sort that are fairly dense and supportive. You don't want big fluffy down pillows, maybe unless it's for your head for support, but just a fairly dense pillow or folded blankets or towels. All right, so we're going to start just in a seated position. If you need to start sitting up on that bolster, if the hips are a little tighter today, that's fine. You're welcome to do that. And we're just going to bring the hands down by our sides, and we're going to slow things down just from the get-go. So if you do kind of need to be like, oh, wow, am I ready for slowing down? Get the wiggles out. Maybe do a big few deep breaths, cleansing, where it's a big, heavy exhale, inhale, exhale, and just kind of get that out of you. And then just let yourself kind of get all the wiggles, all that negative energy, just let it go. If you've had too many cups of coffee, just let it go. Soften your eyes. Focus on the inhale, slow it down, in through the nose, out through the nose once you've gotten away some of those good exhales. Palms are just gently pressing down towards the ground. And we're going to ever so gently lean the head to the left as we slide those right fingertips out along the mat. Keep the fingertips connected. And then slowly pull the hand back in as the head goes tall. And then we lean the head to the right as those left fingertips reach out. And we bring it back to center. Eyes can be open or closed. And again, we lean the head to the left as those right fingertips reach out. And we pull it back through to center. We lean the head to the right as those left fingertips reach out. And pull it back to center. This time, keep the hands in and just let the head lean to the left. Press your right palm down towards the ground. Relax your jaw, soften your eyes, and just breathe. A gentle roll of your chin down towards your chest. Pressing your palms down towards the ground. We lift the head back to neutral and then a gentle lean to the right. Pressing your left palm down towards the ground. So with our restorative yoga, we'll probably have 5 or 6 poses, maybe 6 or 7 that we're going to come to today. So a lot slower. A chance to really sink in to the pose, to feel how your body responds within that pose. And one of the beautiful things is we can have a little bit of control of that response using our breath, focusing on that breath. A gentle lean of your chin down towards your chest. A good shoulder roll up and back, and let your shoulders slide down and away. Inhale, head up nice and tall. And we're going to grab our bolster, a pillow, whatever it is, and I invite you to put it long ways, so vertically. So if it's square, obviously don't worry about it. If it's rectangle or oval, make it so it's long, and you're going to outstretch those arms and just slowly lower. So if you need to push it further away, push it further away to the point where your forehead does not touch it. And we just let the weight of the head come through those arms. If that is not comfortable for your shoulders, adjust. And if that means you need to go horizontal with it, that's fine. So if we need those hands a little wider to take care of those shoulders, that is okay. But otherwise, just keeping that vertical line, that long stretch from fingertips to sit bones. And just breathe. Again, if you need to get rid of wiggles, do so. Just focus on your breath. Couple more good breaths in and out. And slowly we rise. We pull that bolster back in and switch to the other leg is in front. Bring the hands down by your sides and a little tuck of your chin down towards your chest. A little roll of the head to the right. Right ear over the right shoulder, face is turned towards front. And just slowly slide those left fingertips out and away from you. At that farthest reach, slowly turn your palm towards the sky. As you rotate that palm open as far as you can, just notice how that influences the stretch for you. And then slowly continue to lift that arm. You don't have to. If you're like, oof, nope, that's good. I'm going to keep the fingertips down. Please do. Palm still open. And then slowly turn your palm down towards the ground. And we're going to flex through the wrist, lifting your fingertips towards the ceiling, pressing through the heel of your hand. Breathe into it. And slowly we lower that left arm back down. We roll the chin down towards the chest. Couple good shoulder rolls with the chin towards the chest. Just letting go of tension and tightness in the neck and the shoulders. And we press those palms down towards the ground. And we roll the head to the left ear over the left shoulder. Close your eyes, relax your jaw, press that right palm towards the ground. And then slowly start to slide those right fingertips out and away, keeping the fingertips connecting to the mat. And then slowly turn your palm open as far as you can turn that palm open. And just notice how that influences that stretch. Be nice to your body. And we start to lift that arm if that feels okay. We can come up to about shoulder height. You can stop before that. Keep reaching through the fingertips. Keep that palm open. And slowly turn your hand back down towards the ground. And then flex through the wrist, pointing those fingertips toward the ceiling. And then ever so slowly lower that arm back down. And once again, release your chin down towards your chest. Good shoulder roll up and back. And let those shoulders slide down and away. Inhale, head up nice and tall. We take a hold of that bolster of the pillow and we're just going to give a little push away, guiding us down. And then walk your fingertips down again. We don't want that forehead to rest on the bolster unless you need it to. Allowing that head to be a little heavier, giving us a deeper stretch through the spine and into the shoulders. Just noticing how the stretch is a little different with this other leg in front. Where and how your body responds and what it's talking to you. Couple more good breaths. Core strong. As you begin to rise, go ahead and pull that bolster or pillow back in. And we're going to turn to the side, extending those legs out nice and long. Now you can grab your pillow or you can take your blocks. I'm going to put the blocks at kind of level 2, so not the smallest side, but the next one up. And then you got level 3, so kind of the highest. I'm going to go level 2 and just tuck those right underneath those knees. Slide this guy out of the way. And I'm just going to hinge forward. Soft feet. Feet are a little bit about hip width apart or so, just a little separation. And just let your upper body be heavy. So an option would be to put a pillow or your bolster kind of between your tummy and your thighs. You can always take the blocks out from underneath those knees. This is just a great way to gently get into those hamstrings and that lower back. Hands just sliding down towards your toes. If it's more comfortable for you to let your arms be kind of down by your sides, by the sides of the legs, that's fine too. In fact, now let your arms come down by your legs if you haven't already, and just feel how that opens up across that upper back, space between the shoulder blades. Let your chin be heavy, coming down towards your chest. Checking in and feeling all the feels. And we bring those hands back to the tops of the feet and start at the tailbone and ever so slowly ragdoll your way back up till you're sitting up nice and tall. And we're going to swap those blocks out. You can keep them if you've only got blocks, just keep one block. Otherwise, we're going to slide that bolster underneath those knees. And we're going to come on back down onto our back. So however you need to come there safely. And we're going to pull the knees in towards the chest. Hands to your shins. Relax the shoulders. Let your shoulder blades come down towards the mat. And just breathe. Can you feel the length of your spine? From the crown of the head to the tailbone. Relax your jaw. Release your hands, bring your feet just to the outside of the bolster or your pillow, and we're going to pull that bolster in towards the bum, lift your bottom, and slide it underneath right about your tailbone height. So you're supporting your bottom, you're just about the pant line, if you will. So kind of the top of the bolster, the top of the pillow will be right along your pant line. And we're going to pull one knee in. I like to hold on to my bolster just for safety and security so it doesn't go shooting out from underneath me. But it's just a good position for my hands. So we're just going to draw the knees in. So this shouldn't be a whole lot of work. If it's work to hold onto your bolster, just relax your hands. Let your knees be heavy, coming up towards your chest. This is a great pose if ever you have a tummy that doesn't feel super good, whether it be nausea, gas, anything that just your tummy's upset. It's a great place to come back to. Close your eyes, relax your jaw. And then just take a moment and notice that little bit of pressure right between the shoulder blades. Little massage for that upper back. Now you can stay right here, or if you like, begin to extend your legs a little or a lot. Knees can stay bent, doesn't matter. You're not trying to force anything. You're just going to unfold those legs and let gravity do the work. Make sure you're still able to breathe slow and steady. Once again, we bend the knees, drawing your heels down towards your bottom. And then we're going to extend one leg straight up towards the ceiling. And then the other. And just soften your feet. So we're going to line those heels right up over the hips. Should feel the small of your back, your tailbone just kind of surrender into the bolster or that blanket or pillow. Simulating our legs up the wall. There's this odd sensation of being able to just maintain those legs straight up without a whole lot of work. Focusing on the length and the depth of each breath you take. Once again, gently bending those knees, letting the thighs come back down towards your tummy. Now gently release your right foot to the mat. Knee remains bent. We're going to hold on to that left shin. So just interlace your fingers and relax the weight of your hands kind of against the leg. Now with that right knee bent, just be mindful that your knee doesn't flare out to the side. We're going to do our best to keep that knee straight up. And we're just going to slowly slide that right leg out. Now you can slide it a little or a lot. You're going to feel a really nice stretch down the front of that right leg through the hip flexors and through your quadricep. Now, if that's too intense, you can bring that left foot to the mat as well. Just keep that right leg a little longer. But just by pulling that left knee back in, you're going to feel that different stretch, more intense. And just breathe. Releasing that right hand and pulling that right knee in towards your chest. We release that left hand and bring that left foot to the mat. Interlacing your fingers on that right shin just below your knee. Check in. How's that left leg feel with that knee bent? If it feels ready, go ahead and slide that left leg on out. As long as you like. You can keep the knee bent as much as you need to. And again, if it's too intense, just bring that right foot to the mat and let your hands rest wherever you like. By keeping that knee pulled in, that right knee, you're going to intensify things. So just be nice. And slowly, gently pull that left foot back in, sole the foot to the mat, and release your right foot. We're a little bit of a pelvic tilt, and we're going to lift the buns. We're going to slide the bolster up a little bit higher, or if you like, you can use a block or flip your bolster up to kind of that second level, supporting right at the small of your back, a supported bridge. So options are your block, your bolster, sliding that bolster up, or flipping it to that level 2 position. And then just focus on your breath. Let your arms be down on the floor, palms to the floor. Our supported bridge. Knees are in line with the hips. Chin towards the chest. Relax your glutes a little bit. They're still engaged, but not fired up. Should not feel any discomfort. If so, come out or adjust where you are. Checking in and noticing if one side, if you're holding any tension, if that glute's engaged on that right side or the left. Are you even in that execution? Are you even in the release? That's what we want. We want to promote balance. Now we're going to engage those glutes and we're going to lift. Lift in the bum and go ahead and release that bolster back down. Go ahead and slide that bolster out of the way so that your bottom can come all the way back down to the mat. And we're going to slide that bolster down so it's just kind of underneath the back of the thighs and the knees. If it feels good to you, rest your hands on your tummy. If it feels okay to you, take those arms up and overhead. You can stack your hands if you like. You're just going to let those elbows open out wide. Again, if there is discomfort or pain, you can open up more of a field goal positioning out to a T down by your sides. So this is all about finding some place that's just a little uncomfortable so that you get a good stretch. And hopefully, with the help of our breath, we can settle in to a place of a little less discomfort and more of a place of surrender. Your feet can just naturally roll open, knees roll open, no tension in the pelvis. With those knees slightly bent and supported, just really nice on that lower back. As you're ready, take your time, pull those feet in just a little bit. You can kick with your foot and remove that bolster if you like, or you can reach down with your hand and pull it out of the way. We're going to roll to our side and use the strength of the arm to help us come back up. We're going to come to butterfly. Soles of the feet are together. We're going to take that bolster and we're going to bring it right out in front and again vertically. So we're going to place that long side out. If it's better for you horizontally, I like to kind of rest it on my inner thighs on this inner part and then just room for the arms to come down. So I'm going to lengthen through the spine and slowly lower myself down. I'm pressing the bolster kind of in against my tummy And I just give it a little hug and release the weight of the upper body down. You can have those feet in as close as you like or as far away as you wish. And just breathe. A really nice stretch in that lower back, into those hips, through the groin. If holding on to that bolster doesn't feel great to you, you can always just extend those arms out, resting your forehead to the pillow or the bolster. So when working with props, it's just really finding the way that they work with you rather than fighting against you. So if ever there's a day when you're like, wow, these just aren't working for me, just set them aside. As you're ready, slowly roll it up. And we're going to transition that bolster or pillow behind you, again, long ways. And we're going to bring that bolster just about 2 inches away, depending upon how long your torso is. So this is just an estimate. A couple inches away from the small of your back. And I just says hold on to it as you lower back. And you're going to place the whole back of your body against that bolster just to the point where it's supporting. You can either have it supporting your head or you can let that head fall back just a little bit, opening up through the throat. If that does not feel good to your neck, you can use a block and place that block on that second level and place it just below your head to rest against. So listen to your body, whatever you need, and then we're going to open up those arms as wide as feels good to you, a low V or out to a T, and turn your palms up. We're still in that butterfly position, soles of the feet together. If you're like, wow, that's too much for my hips and I can't focus on my chest, you can extend those legs out long. So never be worried if you need to modify or adjust. If butterfly, that reclined butterfly feels good to you, stay there. And just breathe. And you can always switch it up as I just remove the bolster or the block from underneath my head. You too can do the same, or you can also put it back. So you can do a little bit of both. If you're unsure which feels better, try them both. And if you haven't already, go ahead and extend those legs out long. Now, ever so slowly, we lift the head. If you need support, use the hands for support. Otherwise, just kind of roll yourself back up. And again, we're going to shift that bolster behind us and pull it right up next to our tailbone. We're going to come on back down, pulling the knees in towards the chest. We lift and press that bolster down and away. We're going to cross right ankle over the left knee and pull the knees in to our figure four. So similar to what we did when those knees were together, only this time we're in a figure four. Now you can hold on behind that left thigh, or you can just relax your arms, and it's amazing the effect that gravity has just with the knees being pulled in on their own with that little bit of a pelvic tilt with the bolster underneath the pelvis. Close your eyes, relax your jaw. Let that left foot be heavy. I just noticed myself like holding it out and away from me a little bit. Go ahead and relax it. So it's really about self-check, kind of what are you holding and where. And the restorative yoga is really about letting go of whatever you're holding on to. And then slowly press those knees out and away, bringing that left foot back to the mat. Go ahead and let that right knee just roll open. So we're supported in our bridge and that kind of level 2 option with the bolster. We let gravity be heavy with that right knee. We lift that right knee and gently set that right foot to the mat. Cross your left ankle over the right knee and then slowly pull those knees in towards your chest. And then just let gravity take a hold. So it's all about being a passive stretch here. Us just letting down the guard. And again, that right foot, I had it hanging above. I'm working hard to keep it up there. Just relax it. You can also just give the ankle a little roll if you're like, I can't tell if I relaxed the foot. Sometimes that innate response of your body to just protect and hold, we don't even realize it's there until we bring our awareness to it. And then slowly we place that right foot to the mat. Again, we keep that support of the bolster underneath us, and we're going to let that left knee just open out to the side. And breathe. And gently lift that left knee, place your foot to the mat. So this one, we're going to use the natural curve of our waist. So sliding over to the left of your bolster or your pillow, we're going to roll to our right side and extend that right arm out. So it should just kind of, the bolster or the pillow kind of just right at your hip bone, the top of the pelvis, and then just right along the base of the rib cage. Your left hand is there for support. You're just resting your head against the arm, and your feet are stacked as best you can. Breathe. Close your eyes. Just find an as comfortable of a space as you can. Just this nice stretch in that lower back on that left side, right across the top of the pelvis, across that hip. Close your eyes and breathe. If you need support underneath your head, you can use a block, you can use a pillow, a blanket. You should feel a nice stretch, but nothing too intense. We're going to slightly lift that left leg, bringing that left foot behind us, supporting us as we roll back onto our back. And then we're going to press through that left foot to kind of guide us over to the right side of the bolster. Extend your left leg, extend that left arm, and we roll to that left side. Again, if that bolster has shifted, just move it so that it's right along the curve of your waist. Right hand is there for support. We're stacking the hips. We're stacking the shoulders. We're just letting the curve of the body round over that bolster. We're going to pull both knees in just slightly. Use the strength of the arms to help you come up to a seated position. And we're going to shift the bolster out of the way, grabbing a block if you have one. If you have a small pillow or you have a blanket, it's just use that and just set it kind of off out of the way. We're going to tuck that right foot underneath us. If that does not feel good to that right knee, extend it out long, and you're going to cross left foot over the right knee. So either that right leg is long or that right foot is tucked underneath, and we're just going to sit up nice and tall. Both sit bones against the mat. We're using the hands to just gently brace to keep that length in the spine. Close your eyes. Draw those shoulders back and down your spine. And then just checking in, kind of what intensity and where, what activation of the muscles helps you, and what are you guarding against? So if we kind of go through the crown of the head, move through your face, your neck, your shoulders, what muscles are engaged to help this stretch be effective? And what are you guarding against? So trying to do your best to relax through the hips, the pelvis, activating through the arms, being sure that the core is engaged as you sit up tall so we're not slumping over and relaxing through the core, but we're really using all of those stabilizing muscles to help that posture be as beautiful as possible. Let's gently open the eyes, relax your hands, release them. And we're going to sweep that left foot around, coming into pigeon. Now I encourage you, grab your block and place it right underneath the back of that right thigh, or at least your bum. Level 2 or level 1 actually is probably great. You can even lift your bum and slide it a little further up your thigh. So we're at that lowest setting of your block. If you want to, grab your bolster, extend it out in front. And again, kind of where we were at the beginning of class, where those arms are on the bolster. And if you need to fine tune. Find that place where you feel supported, but not limited, if that makes sense. And if that means no block, that's perfect. If that means no bolster, perfect. So just coming into your pigeon. So what does having the bolster out in front of us for the hands to rest on do? Well, if the forehead comes to the mat, we get this bonus stretch through the shoulders. If you're like, I don't want that today, don't use the bolster. You can also just stack your hands underneath your forehead. I want you to find a place that you can maintain and you can breathe without fighting to get out of it, but just surrender in. And if that means you need to wiggle a little bit and fine tune, please do. Just a couple more good breaths. And then slowly start to walk your hands back up. Go ahead and come over onto that right hip and extend left leg out or tuck it. And that right foot comes up and over. And just give yourself just a second. Sitting up nice and tall, interlace your fingers and just gently pull the knee in. Again, be nice to that left knee. If the knee needs to be long, the leg needs to be long, make it so. Shoulders down and away from the ears, crown of the head up towards the ceiling. And we feel both sit bones connected to the mat. And just breathe. Again, a little active, right? What part of our body is active? The arms are gently pulling the knee in. Our core muscles are engaged to help keeping us sitting up nice and tall. Our shoulders are non-reactive. Just relax those shoulders. Relax through the hips and through the pelvis. Keeping those transverse abdominals engaged. So it's about really connecting, feeling the different parts of your body. Such a cool experience when you can really hone in and feel the different parts. We gently release the hands, grab your block, switch it to the other side, and we're going to sweep that right leg around. Coming up, do you want to place that block underneath your hip, underneath that pelvis or your glute? If so, make it happen. If you want to extend those arms out, hands on the bolster, and release it down. If the block is not great and you're better without it, make it happen. Just really be true to wherever you are in your practice today. If we try and force things to happen that aren't ready to happen or just not in the cards today, that's when we get frustrated or we get hurt. Neither are good. Going against everything we're trying to do for ourselves today. So find what's right. And if that bolster isn't right on this side and maybe it's stuck in your hands, honor it. Maybe you need to get rid of a few extra wiggles on this side. Honor it. And slowly start to walk yourself back up. Come around, sweep your feet around, and slide on down towards the top of your mat. Just make sure everything's kind of out of the way. We're going to bring our bolster and we're going to take it up and over off to this side, kind of about hip height or thereabouts. And we're just going to slowly lower down, holding on with that knee. Take it down to your back and go ahead and extend both legs out long. Reach your arms up and overhead, point your toes. So just a pillow, a block, or a bolster off on that right side. Wiggle your feet. Roll your ankles and your wrists. And then we're going to pull that left knee in. Left arm extends out to a T, and our right hand's going to take a hold of that left knee and guide it across. And we're going to rest the shin and the knee right against that bolster or blanket. And we're going to work to open up our chest towards the ceiling and look out over that left arm. Our right hand is just resting. Our right arm is just resting, just adding some weight to influence the twist and just to hold that knee a little tighter against the bolster. Another stretch, great for wherever your tummy is not feeling fantastic, or even emotionally, you're just not feeling fantastic. This is just a wonderful place to clear energies, to clear your head, to clear your heart. Gently releasing that right hand, we're going to roll it back to center. Now with that left knee bent, just roll to your right side a little bit so that you can pick up that bolster and slide it over to the left. And again, we're going to put it right about hip height. Can kind of feel like a garage sale when you got too many things going on around you. So just clear your space as much as you need to. Slide that left leg out. Right knee pulled in. Right arm out to a T. Left hand's going to guide that right knee across your body. We're going to bring that right knee to the bolster and then turn and look out over that right arm. So you might need to adjust the level of your bolster on your right side versus your left side. It's okay. If maybe you can rotate and twist a little deeper on one side than the other. And then just close your eyes, relax the weight of that left arm, relax that right foot. And just do that check-in from the crown of the head to your toes. Soften your jaw, close your eyes. And slowly roll it back to center. Go ahead and place that right foot to the mat. Lift your bottom just slightly, realign, and then slide that right leg on out. Arms can come down by your sides. If you would like to place a bolster underneath your knees, a block, if you're more comfortable on your side or up in a seated position, take a moment and find that comfortable space for you. Just taking a moment, honoring this journey. If this is one of your first times doing restorative yoga, if you've been practicing for a long, long time, honor the journey. Every day is different. As we learn to honor and celebrate our bodies, it is a gift. We get to learn, we get to explore, while we keep ourselves safe, healthy, and happy. Sometimes slowing down can be more challenging than keeping a quicker pace. I honor you for being here, for slowing down, for taking care of yourself inside and out. Now we allow ourselves to just simply be, surrendering into the stillness in a comfortable place and allowing our breath to flow. You are welcome to join me in either quietly or silently repeating after me. I am safe. I am calm. I feel strong and healthy. I live the life I wish for myself. I am at peace. Allow yourself to soak in this sense of peace and tranquility, and just breathe. And slowly, as you wish, breathe just a little deeper. Hold on to that sense of peace. As you wish, drawing your knees in towards your chest, and you're welcome to roll to your side or rock yourself up. And as you wish, finding a seated position that feels good to you once again, you're welcome to sit on your bolster or on the floor. We pull our hands to heart center and the gentle tuck of your chin down towards your chest. A few breaths, a moment of gratitude. Ready to step back into our day, being our very best version of ourselves. Gently lift your face, open your eyes. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. I hope that was everything you needed and just a few little bits more. Take care of yourself. Be well. And until the next time, light, love, and namaste.